Zanzibar-China total trade surges, quest for more.
I'm happy to inform you that Chinese investment projects are in the top 10 private investments in Zanzibar.
Strategic Kigongo-Busisi Bridge project nears completion. Good evening. I am Teddy Mpanyanga. You can also follow us live via YouTube channel TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, says China is the second largest partner in the import of goods from Zanzibar, where trade value between the two countries has increased magnificently to reach $66.5 million in 2023. Dr. Mwinyi made the remarks during a special workshop to promote investment, trade and tourism held in Shanghai, organized by the Zanzibar Investment Promotion Authority, ZIPA, in cooperation with the Chinese Embassy in Tanzania. In his remarks, Dr. Mwinyi stresses that the partnership makes a great contribution to the development of agricultural, industrial, and commercial sectors in the island.
I'm happy to inform you that Chinese investment projects are in the top 10 private investments in Zanzibar, with 17 registered projects valued at $245 million and generating approximately 8,000 direct jobs to the local community. On the other hand, China is Zanzibar's second largest import partner. In 2023, the total trade volume between Zanzibar and China reached $66.5 million. China's investment footprint in Zanzibar has played a very important role in enhancing our economy and shaping the future of our nation. From infrastructures to blue economy, from trade to tourism, Chinese contributions have made a tangible impact. And today we look forward to expanding these achievements to greater level.
On the other hand, President Dr. Mwinyi has witnessed the signing of various trade agreements aiming at strengthening economic cooperation between Tanzania and China. The agreements aim to strengthen trade, technology, and product management in accordance with international standards, hence providing jobs for the people of Zanzibar and Tanzania in general. The construction of the Kigongo-Busisi Bridge, officially John Pombe Magufuli Bridge, which is expected to start operations to the public by February next year, 2025, has reached 93.5% with only final stages to its completion remaining, including the construction of a tarmac road of a total length of 1.66 kilometers. Here's a report by James Lorombo, read by Faivan Gaga.
The dream is almost a reality, as the construction of the 716 billion shillings JP Magufuli Bridge nears completion, and the TANROADS Advisory Board is here to inspect the progress of the project, while the chairman of the board, Engineer Amini Mcharu, says upon completion of the bridge, it will open new economic opportunities.
Once this bridge is completed, it will reduce traveling from Kigongo to Busisi. It will reduce accidents that were occurring before. Therefore, there will be a lot of economic benefits.
The TANROADS Chief Executive Officer, Engineer Mohammed Besta, says the bridge will be officially operational in February next year.
Tuko katika hatua za mwisho, tunategemea ikifika mwishoni mwa mwezi Februari.
We are currently in the final stage of the construction of the bridge. We expect to complete it by the end of February next year, and we shall let the citizens use the bridge just like we had briefed last month during the President Samia's visit.
The project has already connected 2 districts of the Mwanza region, that is Misungwi district and Sengerema district.
Kinachofuata kingine tutaweka kingo.
Next, we put up handrails and guardrails on the bridge. We put up lights that will be on day and night.
Wajipange kulitunza daraja hili.
People should take good care of this bridge and the general infrastructure of this bridge.
Furthermore, the Chief Executive Officer of TANROADS, and the Chief Executive Officer of the Road Fund, Engineer Rashid Kalimbaga, have visited the construction of a 175-meter-long Simiyu Bridge, a project which is being built by the government in Magu District, Mwanza Region. Faitha Ngaga, TBC News.
The Vice President of Tanzania, Dr. Philip Mpango, has directed the Confederation of Tanzania Industries, CTI, to identify the rapidly growing subsectors within the manufacturing industry that are performing well in the market. He gave the directive while presenting awards at the 18th President's Manufacturer of the Year Awards 2024 in Dar es Salaam earlier today. Rioba Stephen attended the ceremony and has prepared the following report.
The Vice President of Tanzania, Dr. Philip Mpango, insists that his government is committed to support the subsectors within the manufacturing industry to reach the set targets, ultimately contributing to the growth of the industry sector, which currently account for 8.1% of the national GDP.
Sekta ya viwanda ni moja ya sekta za uzalishaji hapa nchini ambazo zina uwezo mkubwa wa kuchochea kasi ya maendeleo.
The industrial sector is one of the key sectors with a significant potential to drive economic growth, and globally, this sector has been the foundation of rapid development in many countries. In other words, the industrial sector has a great opportunity to grow quickly and stimulate innovation and technological advancement. However, despite the great potential of the industrial sector, its contribution is still small, at 8.1% of the national GDP, though it has had an average growth rate of 8% over the past 10 years. With over 30 years in the plastic and rubber industry, Plasco Limited has emerged as an overall winner for the year 2024 in the large-scale plastic and rubber product. Veronica Mumi, Assistant Sales and Marketing of the company, speak to TBC News on the importance of the event to the private sector.
I would just like to assure you that this is just is one challenge ahead to just continue providing you the best services, the best products that we could provide you with. And most importantly, we just love to thank you, our government, for providing us the best conditions for industry to thrive up in Tanzania. This awards means a lot to us. It's a challenge to sew up for more betterment of our future.
The biggest win of the day is that we have emerged the second runner-up overall of the best manufacturer of the year. So we're very grateful, we're very happy. Our pledge to Tanzanians is to continue to give them top quality material affordably, but we also appreciate the government for putting good infrastructures and good systems that we can invest, that we can work.
The President's Manufacturer of the Year Award competition is an annual event organized by the Confederation of Tanzania Industry, CTI, to recognize outstanding industry of the preceding year. These awards were first presented in 2005.
The first International Kiswahili Conference being held in Havana, Cuba, starting from yesterday, November 7th, brings together approximately 600 individuals, including ministers, representatives from the private sector, and organizations with a special focus on promoting the international use of the Kiswahili language. TBC News team is in Havana, Cuba, attending the conference, and now we are joined with Anna Masyoke. Anna, tell us what's the latest there.
We are in Havana, Cuba. This is a place where Kiswahili International Conference meeting is going ahead. Kiswahili International Conference meeting will be held here in 2 consecutive days, and it has collected people all over the world who are Kiswahili speakers. Kiswahili is having about 500 million people all over the world. What is going to be done in Havana, Cuba is prepared by the government of Tanzania in cooperation with the government of Cuba. Here, a lot of things are going to be carried on. We are going to have different panel discussions which will discuss different issues of Kiswahili language. As you know, Kiswahili language now is an opportunity. It's also an economic opportunity to Tanzania, but also to different countries in the world, including the country of Cuba, including the city of Havana itself. So people are coming from America, people are coming from Havana, people are coming from Uganda, Kenya, they are coming from Tanzania, and all people who are in love with Kiswahili language are together here to speak about Kiswahili. The event is going to be officiated by the Minister of the Ministry of Culture, Arts and Sports, who is Dr. Damas Ndumbaro, on behalf of President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who was supposed to be here to officiate this event. But also here we are going to have Kiswahili Night. Kiswahili Night is about culture, it's about music, it's about things which are related to Kiswahili culture. Kiswahili speakers are going to wear kanga. Kanga is a traditional cloth in Tanzania, also in East Africa. They will wear that. People are going to sing about beautiful songs in Kiswahili language from different parts of the world. But also tomorrow we are having a lot of panel discussions which will be headed by Kiswahili speakers who are really good in Kiswahili language. The professors and doctors of Kiswahili language are going to head a lot of panel discussions around here. Thank you so much, Teddy Mparanyanga. Now I return to you to continue with TBC News. I am Anna Mosyoke.
Thank you so much, Anna Mosyoke, live from Havana, Cuba. And on to the next news. A conducive business environment, growing number of tourists are mentioned to be among the factors that have been increasing the demand for modern accommodation services to cater for the need, leading to more Chinese investors to opt to invest in commercial properties in partnership with natives. Rama Savili has more details.
The city of Dar es Salaam is rapidly flourishing with its tall commercial buildings, among the investors opting for the investment being citizens of the Republic of China. Avik Town, the luxurious Johari Rotana Hotel, and other modern commercial properties have changed the image of the city of Dar es Salaam. Tanzania Investment Center, TAC, says it has registered a total of 149 commercial buildings projects owned by Chinese investors worth of 5 trillion shillings, estimated to provide employment to over 9,000 people.
So it has been quite a popular model, and it is really buzzing the real estate investments in Tanzania. And since we started taking data, we have recorded 149 investment projects from Chinese investors in Tanzania.
The chairperson of the Chinese Enterprise Association, Jenson Huang, says the boom of economic activities in the country has stimulated the commercial property business to grow rapidly.
The sixth phase of government under the leadership of the President, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, she has made the country to be open to the international investors, and she has made the business environment to be very conducive. So a lot of foreign investors coming to the country.
The investment is said to be of a great importance to the economy of Tanzania.
I think as real estate, it's quite a good area. It's for a city like Dar es Salaam, which is growing, which really has the demand for housing properties or for commercial offices. It has quite good returns. And I think the participation of Tanzanians make foreign investors feel quite safe because they have local partners and they can work with them. And that makes it very, very easy for these developments to happen.
According to the TAC, in the period from 1997 to 2024, China has invested in projects worth of $11 billion in 1,400 existing projects in various sectors, with only a small sector of commercial real estate investing an average of $2 billion. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Rahima Sababili, TBC News.
The Ministry of Energy, in collaboration with the European Union, the United Nations Development Organization, UNDP, has provided funding for 25 Tanzanian women worth 200 million shillings to pursue energy efficiency studies, aiming to increase the number of professionals in the sector. The UNDP Deputy Representative, Muyeye Chambwera, says the scholarships will help to push the world agenda for the efficient use of energy for various activities, including cooking, and thus protect women's health, the environment, and the fight against the climate change, while the beneficiaries say they are ready to encourage such changes in the society.
We are all confident that they will become innovators and policymakers who will guide Tanzania's transition to a more sustainable future. And upon graduation, these scholars will be well positioned to shape Tanzania's energy landscape, creating a legacy of inclusivity and equality in a traditionally male-dominated field.
You are role model, potential leaders in your community. And your success will inspire many more to follow in your footsteps.
Real end game is to have an energy sector that's enabling Tanzania's development for all Tanzanians.
Upon completion of the studies, the selected Tanzanians will gain expertise in managing energy efficiently, thus help Tanzania reach its clean energy ambitions by the year 2034. And on to the next news. The Assistant Director dealing with the Wildlife Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, Dr. Fortunata Msofe, says the government, in collaboration with the Federal Republic of Germany, has successfully embarked on educating communities on human-wildlife conflicts. The move aims at educating them on the way animals react with their environment so as to reduce the number of people affected directly by the wild animals, especially elephants. Emmanuel Samuel reports.
Dr. Msofe made the remarks during the training organized by Journalists Environmental Association of Tanzania, JET, to discuss the national strategies in mitigating human-wildlife conflicts, focusing on the Ruvuma landscapes, which include Mikumi, Nyerere, Selu ecosystem.
Because the elephants or other wild animals, when they go to these areas where people are doing their normal life activities, sometimes they cause injuries and harm. So what we are doing through this project is to make sure that we are training communities to understand the behaviors of wild animals, particularly the dangerous animals like elephants, but also lions, crocodiles, but also hippos, which are key wildlife causing dangers to human beings.
Dr. Msofe asked that the government continues to enforce friendly land use activities among community members so that the dangerous wild animals move away from human settlements.
We are using them for mitigation measures. We encourage communities to also grow chili so that they can also sell as part of ingredient in making these chili bombs. And
On the other hand, the chairperson of the Journalists Environmental Association of Tanzania, JET, Dr. Ellen Otaru, says the journalists are critical in addressing issues related to human and wildlife conflicts, while some of the journalists acknowledge the JET initiative as a beneficial to their profession.
Over the years, we have seen, by engaging the media and educating the media, creating awareness, but also creating skills among journalists how to report such stories. Instead of creating fear, we would like to see the animal kingdom being accepted as an interesting kingdom, just like the human kingdom, like the human being. We want to see people appreciating and conserving nature instead of attacking nature.
So this is a very important training for us, and it will help us and equip us with knowledge on how better to report specifically human-wildlife conflicts as a way of ending it.
Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
In today's Your Leader segment, TBC News has spoken to some youth in Dar es Salaam who urge other young people to show up in numbers on the 27th of November for the local government elections to vote for a leader of their choice, while citing various reasons as to why local government leaders are crucial to the daily lives of youths.
It's really important for every youth to participate in the local government election, because you might think that it doesn't affect you, but in reality, the local leaders have an impact on our life. If, for example, you need a identification, you need a passport, you will realize that you need a local leader.
It's so important for youth to participate in local government election. The development starts in the lowest level, so they will be able to choose their leaders in the government elections. So it's so important for youth to participate.
I do think that the local government elections are very important. At first, I did not really know the importance until I started seeing how they are working and see the efforts they're putting in our community. So I can say it's really important, and I urge you, my fellow young people, to participate in the local government elections.
In case you missed any of our stories, remember you can always go to our YouTube channel at TBC Online and watch anytime, anywhere. Now let us take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in international news. In international news, following the historic victory of President Donald Trump's re-election, a bit earlier, TBC News spoke with a Tanzanian living in the U.S., Professor Peter Mhando, who gives us a picture on how the African diaspora in the U.S. have received the victory of the country's 47th president.
Things are kind of sinking in now as Democrats go back to ask themselves questions as to what happened. And Trump is getting organized to take over in January. There's a lot to look forward to, but one important lesson to pick out of that is actually something sank in the American psyche, something that was sold by Trump, because for the first time, the Republicans actually won the popular vote, or Mr. Trump won the popular vote. That's a new one. That means something settled with the American population. But on the other hand, you can look at it, hindsight is always 20/20. So the Democrats did something wrong. They had 4 years to prepare a candidate who could win if Joe Biden was not, because Vice President Harris had only 180 days. So we're waiting to see what it is that President Trump is going to do in terms of rolling back policies that were put in place by the Biden administration, and at the same time the various impositions and changes and their impact to the economy as well as the whole American society. We're looking forward to a very exciting 4-year term for Mr. Trump.
The Nigerian government has rejected a bill seeking to establish a special security outfit that would specifically secure mining sites in the country. The government, however, urged the Senate to adopt the already created Special Mine Surveillance Task Force to curb illegal mining in the country. The Minister of Solid Minerals and Development, Dele Alake, his counterpart in the Ministry of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, made the call during a public hearing on a bill which seeks to establish the Nigerian Mine Ranger Service organized by the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals in Abuja. They insist rather than establishing a new security agency, the National Assembly could make laws to strengthen the operation of the Special Mine Surveillance Task Force, which is the government's primary security agency monitoring mining operations. And now let us join Lulua Mohammed for other latest international news.
Duma Boko has been sworn in as Botswana's 6th president during his inauguration ceremony in Gaborone today. Taking his oath of office, he has vowed to maintain the constitution of Botswana and uphold the laws. Among those in attendance are former presidents Festus Mogae, Ian Khama, and Mogotsi Masisi. Tanzania's Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Doto Biteko has also attended the ceremony. Boko, leader of Umbrella for Democratic Change UDC, defeated the governing party Botswana Democratic Party BDP in recent elections. President-elect Donald Trump has appointed Susan Wiles, one of his 2 campaign managers, to be his White House chief of staff, entrusting a top position to a political operative who helped the Republican win election. The appointment was the first of what is expected to be a flurry of staffing announcements as Trump guards for a return to the White House on January 20. As gatekeeper to the president, the chief of staff typically wields great influence. The person manages White House staff, organizes the president's time and schedule, and maintains contact with other government departments and lawmakers.
That was international news. Sports news up next. And in sports news, the Italian ambassador to Tanzania, Giuseppe Coppola, calls on Tanzania artists to capitalize on various exhibitions as platforms to showcase their talents and skills so as to open new doors in local and international markets. Speaking during the exhibition of creative arts held at his residency in Dar es Salaam, Ambassador Coppola says Tanzanian artists have displayed quality products that can penetrate in the European markets.
Of culture, but it's also an expression of enterprise, of investments, and of a personal entrepreneurship spirit. So it's also about job opportunities. I think that culture, we should support culture, and so we want to promote culture and to promote possibilities for young Tanzanian creative artists, not only in fashion, also in other arts, and in handcrafts, and also some painters. There are some wonderful painters also exhibiting here.
Encourage other women and everybody else who has a talent to value their own talents and to not, ignore them, because one's talent can lead them in places that they have never been before, and they can do magical things, and they can, bring an impact into society that we live in.
And it's like something that is inside me. Since I was very young, I've always loved fashion, and I just found myself designing and doing it as a business, not just for fun, but doing it as a business as well, because it's something that I really love. Okay.
Designers of various art, including clothing, beauty, painting, and food from various places in the city of Dar es Salaam, have participated in the exhibition as a preparation for the Swahili Fashion Week that will be held in December this year. Sports stakeholders in Arusha have organized an international bonanza which will involve various sports games aiming at scouting and developing talents of young ones in East African countries. The coordinator of the bonanza, Priska Lema, says the bonanza will be an opportunity for the youth to showcase their talents as well as to boost sports in the country.
We are going to have different sports, encouraging young people, because we all know about football, but the most kids, they are talented, but they don't have anywhere to show their talent. So what we're going to do, we have one-day event where we have more than 8 games, which can help the kid to compete and give them the room to grow.
The bonanza is scheduled to take place on November 16th, involving youth from East African countries, which will compete in various games. And that is sports news. And now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let us take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello, dear viewers, and thank you for joining us for the weather forecast for Saturday. By starting with windy patterns, and for tomorrow we expect the right wind of 20 km per hour for Lake Tanganyika together with the entire coast. and moderate wind of 30 km per hour for the Victoria together with Lake Nyasa. And the state of the sea is expected to be slight. And for tonight, we expect the northern coast, including Morogoro region, are expected to feature partial condition, light rain showers over a few areas, while for the rest part of the country are expected to feature partial conditions. And for tomorrow, we expect Kagera, Mwanza, Geita, Kigoma, Tanga together with Unguja and Pemba ISOs are expected to feature partial condition, thunder showers over a few areas, and sun periods. While for the Mara, Simiyu, Shinyanga, Tabora together with Kigoma regions are expected to feature partial condition, thunderstorms over a few areas, and sun periods. While for the Dar es Salaam, together with Pwani region, are expected to feature partial condition, rain showers over a few areas, and sun periods. While for the Singida, together with Dodoma region, are expected to feature partial condition and sun periods. While for the rest part of the country, are expected to feature partial condition, light rain showers over a few areas, and sun periods. Let us see next 4 days forecast from different cities and regions. Dar es Salaam maximum temperature 32 degrees. Dodoma sun period is expected and maximum temperature 33 degrees. Their maximum temperature is 27 degrees. Mwanza thunder showers are expected and maximum temperature is 29 degrees. Kilimanjaro sun period is expected and maximum temperature is 34 degrees. Morogoro sun period is expected and maximum temperature is 32 degrees. Arusha sun period is expected and maximum temperature is 31 degrees. I'm Rebecca William from Tazama Meteorological Authority. Thank you and have a good night.
And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Teddy Mpanyanga. Have a lovely, lovely night.